Hello and welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod. I'm one day off from a free Wanda. Yay! Anyways, not here for that, right? No. We are here to crash the Titan because it's Procrastination Sundays, right? For 21 more minutes where I'm at. But hey, gotta get it in when I can get it in. Something like that. The phrase is something like that, right? I'm about on. Anyways. Crash Titans with, or against, I should say, 3-star Captain Marvel. Ugh. I do that because it's annoying fighting her one-on-one, because you're going to trigger her yellow so often. Let's start from the beginning of how I usually do this. 3-star Captain Marvel came into Marvel Puzzle Quest way back. Hey John, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, Captain Marvel came into this game way long time ago when 3-star land still wasn't even fully developed yet, and she came in, I wouldn't say with a bang or anything, but it made people think twice about smacking her too hard. That passive, that yellow passive, still remains and does the same thing it has always done since the beginning. It makes you think twice about hitting her too hard, but not hard enough to kill her. Generating a bunch of red and black AP for the enemy is not what you want to do on any given day. Excuse me. But the hardest thing about Captain Marvel is A, fighting her, and B, using her. Can I put it that way? I think that's the best, most succinct way to use her. Her red is very lackluster. Even at level 5, which she has it at here, it does a burst of some damage, a little bit of damage to you, to the opponent, I should say, and kills their projectiles. And that's cool, but it doesn't do enough damage for the cost. And getting rid of projectiles is not a hard thing to do. It's not a rare thing to do nowadays. And quite frankly, unless those projectiles are super strong, no one really cares that much about destroying them. The black ability is probably one of her best ones because it's quite simply damage with a stun. It's only a 1-turn stun, and yes, you give the enemy an enemy strike tile. You give them a strike tile, but it's so small. It's kind of like how Elektra gives small strike tiles. It's like that. And finally, her yellow. The yellow is the whole basis of this complaint, if I have a complaint at all. If she takes a certain amount or more of damage, and it's dependent on her level and what level her yellow is at, right? She generates some red AP, and if you have it at 5, she also generates a little bit of black. I want to say at level 5, it's 5 red, 3 black. And you would think you could abuse that. You would be like, hey, what if I get Captain Marvel to tank my hits for me? No, it doesn't really work that way. Reason is because she doesn't have that much health. Despite being Captain Marvel, she actually doesn't have a ton of hit points, or health, I guess you should really technically say, and hence she doesn't become that good of a tank. She needs projectiles, so same things as she busts from the enemies, and because of that, she doesn't really shine that well. She needs some sort of damage resistance, some sort of projectiles, something where she can actually survive longer and still make that AP for you. But until she gets some sort of change like that, she becomes annoying to use because she doesn't tank enough. She doesn't create enough for the problems that she generates for you. And then going against her, it's annoying because then you have to be worried about you're hitting her too hard and feeding, her other teammates the red and black that she's generating. So it's a one-on-one. So we have no choice but to hit her, and she's going to generate that AP. So it's going to be annoying, but I think we'll be fine as long as she doesn't stun us over and over again. Let's see who we get to use against her. Yeah, right, John? Everything screams tank except her health. It's true. Oh, God, the Flapton. Yes, the Flapton. That's not his real name, but I call him the Flapton because, he's got wings and he's captain. And, yeah, I'm going to click into him. So 4-star Captain America, aka Sam Wilson, the Flapton. Wow, how do I begin? So on this channel, we like to make fun of people like Puck and Talos and Reptile, and they are horrible characters. Flapton is just above them. Just barely above. And even then it's questionable sometimes. Here's why. One of his best abilities, I have at level 3, Aerial Avenger. What does it do? Why would you have a best ability at 3? Let's see here. This passive, whenever you make a blue match, he strengthens this friendly strike attack projectile by a certain amount, then reduce the timer of a friendly countdown tile by 1. Well, let's up it. It ups the strength of the tile, and oh, you can up strengthen 2 tiles by that and reduce the timer of a friendly countdown tile by 1. Why wouldn't I put this at 5? Because quite frankly, when you're trying to strengthen your tiles, you're not thinking Captain America. There's so many other characters that strengthen tiles and do it better. Now, of course, this guy does it passively, and that's nice and all. But really, his only passive here that I care about is that reducing the timer of a friendly countdown by 1. That can be beneficial, but still, it only happens on blue matches. So you're not going to get it all the time, okay? You can't count on it. That said, let's look at his other stuff. His yellow's okay. For 9 yellow, and I'm going to put this down just so you can see, even at 3, all basic yellow tiles get into 107 yellow projectiles. Even at 5, 253 yellow projectiles. It actually is decent. Every yellow tile becomes a projectile. Now, you might think, why is that a big deal? I mean, it's a lot of protection, right? But honestly, what the best thing about it is, you're clogging the yellows. All those passives in the game that say, hey, when the enemy fires a power, you create a projectile, or you create a countdown, or you do a this or that or whatever. A lot of stuff happens on yellows, on enemy reflexes. When an enemy does some sort of counter, yellow tiles are involved often. And this guy actually clogs them all up. So once you clog them all up, the enemy can't really counter, can they? You know, 4-star Star-Lord, no more yellow tiles for you to counter with. You can literally cast this, and enemy Star-Lord can't put down his reflexive countdown tile. Thing can't jump to the front anymore because all the yellows are taken. That's probably the best thing about this ability. Finally, his Dive Bomb. I don't want to say it's the worst, but I mean, it's just the cost. It's 14 red. That's so much red. The fight is over by then. And if it's not, well, this will end it. Deals a lot of damage, kind of-ish. It's almost 14,000. I feel like it should be higher for 14 red. But you do get 2,000 extra for every friendly projectile on the board. That's, if you read in that, it doesn't say max. It doesn't say like max of 8 tiles, max of 10 tiles. No, that's if you can get all 64 tiles into protects, go for it. They're going to reward you with extra damage for every single one of those protects. So I guess there's a positive to it. But 14 red. Anyways, I put it at 5 because honestly, quite frankly, this thing here up to level 5 isn't going to make that much of a difference versus this. If I'm getting 14 red, I want to make it count. That's quite simply why I have it there. Anyways, that's it. That's the Flapton. And we're going to go in here with no boosts, animations on. We're going to take down 3-star Captain Marvel in what could probably be an annoying fight. There we go. Animations on, as you can see. Oh boy. Let's get into it. We got a match 4 of red to start. I'm sorry, John, I missed that. He was Puck before Puck. Yeah. Quite frankly, yeah. Making blue matches right now for me, by the way, doesn't count for anything. If you notice, there was those blues over there. I didn't care one bit. His blue is a passive. It doesn't do anything until I get a friendly countdown out, which I won't, or projectiles out there. So what do I care? Only one more red and we can do the dive bomb and effectively end the fight already. Which is kind of weird. Usually you don't get red like this in spades, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I would like some yellow just to see the abilities go off, right? Maybe? Sometimes? I might try to keep her alive a little longer just to see the animations. I would like a yellow. I'm kind of confused. If I maybe do this, I want to see if I can get a yellow into place. Like, let me, here we go, here's some yellow. I'm not even worried about getting the red anymore. I'm pretty much there. Although chain reactions are cool, computer, yes. He's the only guy happy to see Puck. Yeah, you know, he might be. He might be. I guess I'll take this black into blue combo for no reason. Oh, here comes the hypersonic punch. Whammo. So I'm stunned for a turn. And I could have buffed that. That's probably one of the best things about Flapton against Captain Marvel. She gives me that strike tile. You can start matching blues and strengthen it. I guess I have my red ready. I want the yellows. Give me the yellows. You unfair computer, you. His show was so good with Bucky. Yeah, you know, I kind of liked his show. It wasn't my favorite of the Disney Plus shows, for sure. There's plenty of better ones, in my opinion. But I think it was really good for his character development. Stop taking my yellows. Jeez. It's almost like she needs them for something. Okay, now she has enemies. Now she has enough red to cast her little ability. That's what I say to this. I am going to move this black here because she's going to take those 4 blacks in a row, leaving that yellow for me. And you guys got to see her ability if you've never seen it before. So there we go. Win, win, win. Yeah, right, John? The action was good. The story was meh. Right. You know, it had good points to it. It was just like it's kind of developing the Flapton as a character. We're going to end her now, by the way. Wait. Let's use a blue match first before we do this. Let's see. She has 5 red, 3 black. We could do this. We have a turn. Wings of Liberty. So there we go. And we're going to do one of these just to see that animation. Whee! There you go. Okay, got to see the animations. We got yellow animation, blue animation, and now she's dead. Bam. There we go. It's kind of my objective every one of these crashes, you know, what we do on stream, just to see if we can get every one of the animations out there. And that's a legendary token. That's a blow pop. Cool. That's it. Flapton's, or 4-star Sam Wilson's, Crash of the Titans against Captain Marvel. Again, I do not know why they had to fight, but, you know, they did. So that's a thing. Yay! Well, we don't got too much else coming up here soon in the week. You know, story doesn't tell us much is going on, but oh well, we'll wait for the next thing. I'm pretty sure the next thing I'm going to do is, if it's not another crash, it might be a pull at some point. Maybe not this week though. We'll see. We'll find out, right? Who knows? Yes, he does feed Heimdall. Flapton does feed Heimdall. For what that's worth. Heimdall's decent. He's better than Flapton, but that's not saying a ton. Anyways, thank you very much for joining me, John. That was the Crash of the Titans, and I'll see y'all sometime very soon. Good night, everybody.